Geology Newscast. My name's Tom Sternberg.
And I'm Janie Augustine.
Well, what you just saw was some pretty shocking footage. The viewers at home, what you guys were just seeing was the original raw footage of the Japanese tsunami that struck off the coast of Japan on March 11th, 2011 at 5:46 Universal Time. It was reported as a 9.0 magnitude undersea mega earthquake with the epicenter approximately 43 miles east of Tohoku, Japan. The focus was at an underwater depth of approximately 19 miles.
You know, Tom, it is really terrifying to see such a large natural disaster affect so many people. This was the most powerful earthquake to ever hit Japan. The waves triggered by this earthquake reached up to 133 feet and traveled up to 6 miles inland. This tsunami clearly had a major impact on the environment, but also the economy. Tom, do you mind heading out to the field for a brief reporting on the financial state of Japan?
Sure, Janie. I'll be right back. Whew, okay, well, after that long run to Japan, thanks for joining me for this brief financial report. Japan was hit hard with this tsunami, with the various destruction of companies, their suppliers, along with a large consumer database that was completely erased, as almost all people in the surrounding and affected areas had to move to inland, to towns, and various cities. Also, there was major damage to the nuclear power plant Fukushima, where thousands of jobs were lost, along with a major radioactive waste spillage. Now let's turn to local business owner Thomas Glynn to recap some of his experiences. Tom? Hey, thanks for joining me.
Hey, how are you? As you know, we were right on the coast during this tsunami. Our main headquarters is completely wiped out. We're working from farther away satellite offices right now, but we're still trying to get the whole company back in control and figure out the aftermath of this whole situation.
Now, just for the record, what is your company name?
We are a T-shirt company. We print shirts for large lacrosse organizations.
Wow, well that's really an awesome way to go through. We wish you the best of luck with the insurance and everything, and we hope things go well.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Tom, welcome back.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Whew. Wow. Yeah.
Thanks for that report on the Financial Times. Pretty devastating to see the true economic effects that the tsunami caused.
Yeah, no problem, Janie. Now, I'm pretty tired, as you can probably tell. Do you mind heading out to the field and giving an environmental report on what occurred in Japan?
Sure, Tom. I'll be right back.
All right, see ya.
Thanks for joining me out here on this special presentation on the environmental effects of the Japanese tsunami. As Tom mentioned earlier, the business portion suffered a major loss as the unemployment rate hit 5.5% and continued to climb during the cleanup process. Out here, though, is a different story. There were over 750,000 homes destroyed, caused not only by the massive flooding, but also soil liquefaction. It also caused severe damage to the agricultural land in Japan by wiping out much of the hogs, dairy resources, and cattle. Not only were their environments destroyed, but also the crops. Although the tsunami occurred before growing season, it affected the pesticides that were stockpiled on the crops. Now here we have local farmer Mike Pellegrini. Do you mind joining me?
Yes.
All right, Mike, how you doing today?
Not too well. Quite frankly, I'm very upset.
Now, can you give me a quick laydown of what really happened to your farm, your family, and just anything that happened with the tsunami?
Well, for starters, the tsunami wiped out all of my farmland and crops and everything, which also affected my family. We have no money because all of our revenue was generated from farming, and we don't have any of that left.
Now, do you have any idea as to where you're going to go from here?
I have no idea whatsoever. It's quite upsetting.
Well, Mike, I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Thank you very much for joining me today.
No problem.
All right. Now, also, not only were the farmers devastated by this, but also just locals. There was a lot of radioactive contamination affecting not only the people, but also the Pacific Ocean. This caused so much safety concern for the seafood population. Now also, just basic things. There was a big shortage in just basic supplies for not only just people in general, but in the shelters. People are struggling to find food, water, and even restroom facilities. All right, that just about wraps up this field report. I'm Janie Augustine, and I'll see you back at the desk.
Welcome back, Janie. Thanks for that wonderful report on the environmental effects over in Japan.
No problem, Tom. It was my pleasure. However, as you could tell from the eyewitness, it was truly something out of a nightmare.
I can only imagine. Well, that just about wraps it up for us here at Geology News. My name's Tom Sternberg.
And I'm Janie Augustine. We hope you enjoyed this segment and tune in next week for when we discuss rocks, good pets, or disasters waiting to happen.
Thank you.
Good night.